What's that coming over the hill? Is it a monster? No, it's the Football Manager Creator Showcase. Let's get into it. Yeah, that's right. Welcome to the third episode of the FM Creator Showcase. I'm the Custard Prophet. If you don't know what this is all about, this is a place where we go and discover smaller creators of Football Manager content. And these guys, we feature 2 per episode, and these guys come and show us what they're all about. They tell us about their channel. They tell us a little bit about what makes them tick, the sort of content they put out, and we see a bit of them in action. If that sounds pretty good, why don't you check out one of the first 2 episodes where we've got 4 previous creators who've put their lives in my hands, and I'm fairly happy with the results. I think it shows them off quite nicely. They're 4 really good creators, so please go and check those episodes out. But in today's episode, we have 2 creators for your pleasure. We have MrGran2, who is a fairly new creator. I think he's only sort of 2-3 months in channel. But he's producing some really nice stuff. And the second creator is me. But the reason for that is sort of slight scheduling issue. So I thought, well, I'm an FM creator, I'll put my stuff in here. So I hope you enjoy checking out what I'm about as well. For all the creators in this series, please make sure that you like the videos, share the videos, and most of all, go over to these creators' channels, check their content out, and come back here and tell us what you thought of it. Okay, guys. Well, it's time to go over and meet MrGran2. See you in a second. Actually, I'll see you before the outro, but yeah. Anyway, see you then.
Hello there, my name is MrGran2 and I'm here today to tell you a little bit about my new YouTube channel, which will focus primarily on Football Manager content. The channel just started just a couple of months ago. It's very new, very rough, very fledgling, not particularly high-end in terms of technology or anything like that. I'm still learning as I go, but I'm having fun while I am doing it. And on the channel you can find FM Let's Plays. My main series at the moment is with Monaco. I'll tell you about that in a second. There's also a few experiment videos, a few other sort of related videos as well. And we're going to be continuing that sort of thing when FM 2020 comes out. I'm always happy to take feedback on board, so if there's a sort of kind of series that a lot of people would like me to do, or more kinds of videos like that, then I'm always happy to listen to that and take it on board. I have also got a few non-FM videos on there, some CTR nitro fueled as well. That's something I'd look to expand on in the future. Not really got particularly that much time at the moment to do anything other than FM, but it's something we can maybe look at if there's any sort of interest in doing so. So the current main save on the channel that I'm doing is with AS Monaco in Ligue 1, and we're currently in the 5th season. It's going very well. We've had some pretty good success so far, which is quite difficult given the financial juggernaut that is PSG being the other main team in the division, but we've done pretty well so far. Won quite a few trophies. I don't want to spoil all that much. We've got a pretty good team, a very good, solid, young team with a lot of potential still to come. Anyway, Scov with the corner early on. De Ligt heads it in, and Lissandro Martinez is there to poke it home. The assist coming from his centre-back partner. Those two absolutely not going to be replaced. I mean, hopefully no one comes in for them, and we can just persuade them to stay if they do, because these two have an absolutely phenomenal relationship. And really what we've been trying to do, one of the main challenges of the save is to keep the vultures away. Monaco, obviously a team who in real life have had quite a lot of success recently, won Ligue 1 a few years ago, got to the semi-finals of the Champions League, but of course last season just gone in real life, had an absolute shocker of a season, went through 3 managers, including the same manager twice, nearly got relegated from Ligue 1. Dreadful performance in Europe as well, and that really was the sort of side effect of being completely raided and losing all their star players like Thomas Lemar and Kylian Mbappe and so on. So one of the main aims of the save has been to get in some quality players, but to keep those players. Sell them when the time is right, but don't let yourself get absolutely raided. And we've been relatively successful in that if you have a watch of it. If you are new to the channel, I would definitely recommend you start with episode 1 of the Monaco series. It's the active series. It's the one that's going to be going through to a conclusion. The audio is a little bit rough for the first 3 episodes. It was only really actually around episode 26 when I got an actual proper microphone. So if that's a big issue for you, then skip to that one. We're coming up to the start of season 6 as well. That would be a good place to maybe start if you don't want to watch 50 plus episodes of the first 5 seasons. Making video game content, and particularly FM content, is something I've wanted to do for YouTube for quite some time now, but never really had much of an opportunity or enough free time to get it started. Recently I was finally able to get some time to be able to do it, and well, I'm having a lot of fun while doing it. It's just a hobby at the moment. If it can become anything more than that would be fantastic. Just fun making videos and sharing the experience of Football Manager with other people. I think we all know just how brilliant the game can be, how ridiculous the game can be, how frustrating it can be. The amount of things that have happened to me in saves I was playing that I wasn't recording, that I just felt were just so completely nonsensical and random, to be able to get some of these ridiculous moments down in videos, it just really is as just proof for myself that they can actually happen, and be able to share them with anyone who wants to watch is pretty fantastic.
Valmir, he's had a good couple of games recently, just signed a new contract as well in between the 2 matches today. There he was on the ball, finds Lozano, Schick is there, and fantastic from Patrick Schick. The assist from Lozano, but the influence from Valmir. Nice control on the ball, simple pass to Sidibe, but helps set up the chance. Lozano finally getting some purchase on this right-hand side run again, and Patrick Schick with an excellent finish.
I've actually only been playing FM for a couple of years now. I started with FM 17, and I've been pretty much addicted ever since then. I played a lot of other manager games as a kid, the FIFA manager games. I had Total Club Manager, which came free with one of my PCs, and I played that for absolutely years and years. Used to just mod the game with myself that made it last a long time. But when I finally started playing FM, I became absolutely addicted, and it's just, I've not looked back ever since. So really just making video series of it was a natural progression. If I can ever emulate any of the successful content creators for FM, that would be amazing. It's not something I'm looking to do, I'm just having fun doing this. Obviously Dr. Benji is the real gold standard, I think, of enjoyable FM content. It's just so entertaining. All of his series are very enjoyable to watch. Obviously if you are an FM fan, then you're pretty much an addicted FM fan, but in terms of broader appeal, it kind of is a little bit lacking in that. It's not the most accessible game, and it's not the kind of game that many people would find particularly exciting. It can come across as a little bit dull, a little bit techie for a lot of people. I think that is a tendency that is reflected in some FM YouTube content as well. I've always been mindful of that. I try and keep my videos as short as possible, as pacey as possible. Difficult to do sometimes, but I always try and be mindful of that I'm not just droning on and on about stuff that isn't really very interesting or important. With that in mind, my other favourite FM content creator at the moment is Proudy. I think his series with Huddersfield is incredibly enjoyable to watch, really fun, fast-paced, very funny. When I watched the first episode, the way he's done it, I just sort of think, oh, why didn't I think of that? And I'm not going to do it like that because it will look like I'm just ripping off your idea. I think having post-edited FM content like that is sort of a potentially good way to go, and that could counteract the sort of generally slow-paced and sort of lengthy episodes that sometimes people put out. It's something I might look to do when the new game does come out. So I just want to outline my plans going forwards for FM20. Maybe Monaco's not your thing, but maybe one of these will interest you. My beta save is going to be with Chelsea. I think it's going to be pretty fascinating to do given the transfer ban and that whole situation. We'll go for a couple of years on that, see how that goes. And my main save is going to be with my local team, which is Norwich City. Obviously another team in England, another team in the Premier League, but a considerably more difficult challenge than Chelsea. Obviously, a recently promoted team. They've not really spent very much money relying on the players that got them up from the Championship, including a lot of players coming through the Norwich Academy as well. And that is going to be a challenge save. We're going to have a restricted transfer policy. I'm not going to outline the full details of that now, but we will not be able to just sign whoever we want. We're going to have to only sign players that fall into some categories, the kind of categories of players that Norwich would look to sign these days. And we're not just going to be able to spend Delia Smith's money however we want. If you've enjoyed anything you've seen today, if it's really interested you, it'd be really appreciated if you could come by the channel, maybe start with that first episode of the Monaco series, see what you think, and if you want to subscribe, that would be absolutely fantastic. And hopefully I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.
This is the International Journeyman series. The aim here is to win all the major international football competitions with the same manager in the same save.
Well, hello guys, sorry, me again. I'm Mark, or the Custard Prophet. I'm from the southwest of England and pushing 40 unfortunately, but yeah, I've been doing YouTube for about 6 months. So the channel I have is primarily a Football Manager based channel. We have other stuff on the channel as well, so we're not exclusively Football Manager. The other stuff I've done saves with RimWorld. Currently got a Tennis Elbow Manager 2 save going on, which is a tennis management game. Very, very enjoyable, and enjoying that an awful lot. Just started a save with the game Buoyancy, which is sort of a city builder but on water. It's kind of like a water world type scenario, if you're familiar with that Kevin Costner masterpiece. In terms of the Football Manager stuff, we'll get into the exact details of what I'm doing later on, but I do Let's Play mainly, but I'm sort of open to doing the odd challenge, and there may be a Journeyman, a sneaky Journeyman coming to the channel very soon. In terms of the stuff that's on my channel, Football Manager wise, I previously had a save with Burton Albion called Gone for a Burton. Burton Albion are my club, so that was kind of where I started. That was 100 episodes of fun. It was a lot of enjoyment. So yeah, I've also done a bit of a sort of challenge save with West Ham, where I went up against the FMAI over the course of a season to see who would get the most points. That's called the versus save. But currently I am doing a save in Gibraltar called The Rock, and we're managing Hound Dogs, another Let's Play save, and we're trying to get Hound Dogs to the top of Gibraltarian football. Doing all right. Why don't you come along and give that one a try? So if you are new to the channel, I guess the Rock would be a good place to start, and if you don't fancy watching all of it, the first season of that was absolutely fantastic. Really enjoyed doing that. It's probably the most success I've had in a long time in one season, certainly in a first season on Football Manager, particularly as Hound Dogs were predicted to come bottom. So yeah, go and check out The Rock if from episode 1. I think only the first sort of 10 or so episodes is the first season, and if you like it, why not carry on? Reynolds has got it round the corner to PG Tips, back inside to Reynolds. Pike, the master on the ball. Vinay with his 12 passing right to Akrif, the surprise package. Reynolds, and he's not been missing those chances, which is absolutely fantastic. Great to see Reynolds getting another goal. So what made me start creating FM videos for YouTube? Well, I will get into who I watch, but I was watching, I only found out that people did this about 3 or 4 years ago, something like that. And I enjoyed watching. I think the first person I came across was Golden FM, and I started watching his stuff, and I thought, well, yeah, I love the storylines in Football Manager. It is the best game for creating storylines. It's just utterly brilliant. Each time you do it, it's different. And it was a really cool idea to kind of share that story with people. But actually, I didn't have the technology to do it, and I didn't have the time, really. But January or so this year, we lost our dog, and that left a dog-shaped hole in my life. And I kind of needed to fill it with something, and it was around that time I'd upgraded my computer, so I thought, why not? Let's give it a go. It's utterly addictive, and here I am now talking to you guys. Crazy stuff. The first game we ever saw on this series was against Leo FC, if I'm remembering correctly. It's in El Hawabi. Great goal, third of the season. Great stuff. Yeah, this is what you wanted to see, isn't it? Victories, goals. In terms of the people I enjoy watching, I like watching a bunch of people, to be fair. It's harder to do now. I'm a creator myself, but obviously Golden FM is where I started. I kind of don't watch him quite as much as I used to. I find his episodes quite long, and sometimes, yeah, it's not always the best thing. But Loki Doki is probably my inspiration in terms of a YouTube Football Manager content creator. I think he's absolutely brilliant and hilarious. Dr. Benji, another one I very much enjoy of the bigger guys. But I also enjoy watching a lot of the smaller creators. Big fan of the Trucking Football Manager, who was in the previous episode. That's why he was on, really, to get you guys to see him. Really funny guy, doing a great save, a Journeyman save currently, and he's currently with France in Nice, but some really good stuff before that, and some fun stuff, non-Football Manager related stuff on his channel as well. Jacob Michael is another guy I'm watching, his save in Malta. Yeah, that's possibly it. I'm actually Raging Cajun. I've started watching one of his saves as well. Actually, not the Football Manager save, one of his other saves. Quite enjoying that, from finding out about him from doing this. So yeah, that's a sort of selection of people who I like to watch. But as all you guys seem to, or very much like you guys, I am looking for other new content creators to watch, and this is why I thought of doing this, to get to see what new content creators are out there. I've been looking for people to kind of come on these episodes, and there's some amazing stuff out there, some really funny, really interesting, different styles of stuff, and I hope it keeps coming on. Okay, so as MrGran2 talks about his FM20 in Any Other Business, I thought I'd do the same. Seemed a sensible place to put it. So for FM20, I'm going to do for the beta save, I'm doing a save with Everton for a couple of weeks, probably just go through one season, and we'll learn the new game and check out how we can do with one season in as Everton manager. I think that's a really interesting project. They've got some great players, always have had a decent squad, Everton, but never quite have made the most of it. So it'll be fun to try and, make them realise their potential with Moise Kean as well. And for the main save, I am doing a Scandinavian Journeyman, which will encompass the normal Scandinavian nations plus Iceland, and very much looking forward to that. That was voted for by folks on Twitter, so I thank them for their time. So okay guys, well, I hope you learnt a little bit about me. If you feel inclined, please hit that subscribe button. Go and check out some of my stuff in the playlist. It's not going to be in this description below. You're going to have to go to my playlist. Come and follow me on Twitter as well. I update things regularly when my stuff's coming out on Twitter, so it's well worth you doing that if you want to make sure you don't miss anything. And hopefully I will see you guys on one of my videos at some point in the comments, possibly not appearing in a video, but who knows what weird things happen on the internet. Okay guys, see you next time. Cheers, goodbye. He's going to shoot from out here. Is that Creef? Oh, that is beautifully done. That is beautifully done. Really unselfish play. He could have smashed it, but he plays it just inside the Smullen. The whole of their team thought he was going to shoot, and Smullen tucks it away. Well, hello guys. I hope you enjoyed those two creators, or one creator and myself. If you did, make sure you go and check out their channels. As I said at the start, make sure you go back and check out some of the other episodes. Some fantastic creators there. Go and check out their channels, and spread the word, because this, I'm not seeing anything like this on YouTube, and it's very, very hard to get the message out that this actually exists. to allow these guys to get a little bit more exposure for their channels. So that would be much appreciated. If you are a creator who would want to be who is interested in getting involved in this, please get in touch, either using my email, which you can find on my channel, or my Twitter, again, you can find a link to on my channel. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like the video, please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you hopefully in the next episode of this. But until then, goodbye.